I'd like to welcome everyone here today and all of our guests who are here for programs and our guests and newly found friends from India as a part of the pilgrimage here to Ananta. And no doubt you as guests receive many blessings by coming here, but we also receive many, many blessings from all of you. So thank you for being here today. I'd like to read from Rays of the One Light, and this is weekly commentaries from the Bible and the Bhagavad Gita. And the service today is on the eternal now. Truth is one and eternal. Realize oneness with it in your deathless self within. The following commentary is based on the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda. When will I find God? Many devotees have asked this question. Because worldly goals require time usually for their fulfillment, we imagine time to be a factor on the spiritual path. And so it is, but only because we think it is. God is as much with us now as he will ever be. It is not he who needs to come to us. We need to come to him. And that process of coming is a matter of transforming our self-perception. In the Gospel of St. John, chapter 4, Jesus Christ says, "Say not ye, there are yet 4 months, and then cometh the harvest? Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look on the fields, for they are white already to harvest." There is a practical teaching in these words, apart from their statement that we have God already and have only to realize that truth. Jesus is saying, lift up your eyes and look. To hold the eyes uplifted is the best position for meditation, for the seat of superconsciousness lies at the point midway between the eyebrows, in the frontal lobe of the brain, just behind that point. This point is known also as the Christ center. By lifting up your eyes and concentrating there, you will find it easier to enter the state of ecstasy. That is why saints in every religion have often been observed during states of deep inner communion with their eyes uplifted, focused on the inner light, white, as Jesus said, all ready to harvest. The Bhagavad Gita goes further into this meditative teaching. In the 6th chapter it states, holding the spine firm, the neck and head erect and motionless, let the yogi focus his eyes at the starting place of the nose, the point between the eyebrows. Let not his gaze roam elsewhere. In meditation, tell yourself, I have him already. I am alive forever in the divine light. Thus, through Holy Scripture, God has spoken to mankind. Om, Om, Om.
I'd also like to welcome you all, and I'd like to wish all of you that are fathers a happy Father's Day, and all of those that are single mothers and have had to play the role of father, a happy Father's Day. This is a divine dispensation, and where it's played by various people in a modern society. So congratulations and thank you. We're supposed to talk about the eternal now, and I'd like to tell you a couple of stories about this building and how we got here. Many years ago, we had our guest facility up at the seclusion retreat. And we decided that we had outgrown that and there was no more room there. And we needed a bigger facility. And we needed to move the meditation retreat, the guest facility, to here. And it was, we chose the name the World Brotherhood Retreat. This is the World Brotherhood Retreat and at Ananta. So we started to plan it and we visualized it and we thought about a building and all of you. We visualized all you coming from India and everywhere to be with us. And so we started our project with planning. And then we bought some surveyor stakes and we put a surveyor stake at each one of the corners of this room. There, and there, and there. And we just put them out in a field. This is just a big field. No trees, no water, no kitchen, no building, no dormitories, no houses. Just 6 or so surveyor stakes. And we blessed the surveyor stakes, and we prayed for our master to help us. And I think we looked at them for about 2 years, as I remember. And then we got some money. And we built the foundation. And we poured the foundation of this temple. And we poured it around, and we put the sill plates on it and the anchor bolts, and then we stopped because we didn't have any more money yet. So we blessed the foundation for a couple of years. We still every Sunday went up to the meditation retreat and had our guests there. Then eventually we got some more money, and we built this temple that we're in, the Expanding Light Temple. But the interesting thing about the Eternal Now is that the vibration of this place was the same then as it is this morning, as it is right now. And this vibration of God's presence and the particular flavor of Paramahansa Yogananda's ray and Swami Kriyananda's energy as an expression of that ray was just present in this place the whole time. And it's a reality that God is with us all the time. In the process of building this temple and sharing as we are this morning, there is a vibration of God consciousness and a flavor of Kriya Yoga that is our home. But this place has always had that. And it was the same vibration as the meditation retreat when the meditation retreat was Ananda. Now it's Ananda, India, Ananda, Assisi, Ananda, Seattle, Portland, Dallas, on and on and on, and many more to come. But it is the vibration of God that is always in the present and always in the now. Master defines self-realization. He said self-realization is the knowing in body, mind, in all parts of body, mind, and soul that you are now in possession of the kingdom of God. That you do not have to pray that it comes to you, that God's omnipresence is your omnipresence, and that all you need to do is improve your knowing. That's pretty easy, isn't it? Just wake up. Just remember that God is with us. And that is the teaching that Christ was giving and that Master was giving. And it's a state that I don't know. Well, I know I don't fully understand it, or I'd be realized, but it's a state that we see in Swamiji and we see in the Masters, that their linear understanding of time is not linear. There is the presence of God to them, and it's a constant. It happens all the time. I'll tell you a story about 30 years ago when this already was a temple. The altar used to be over here. And one Sunday, about 30 years ago, Maria and I gave service, and I read sort of an obscure poem by Paramahansa Yogananda, I Am Here. It's in Songs of the Soul. No one reads it very much. It's a beautiful poem. That whole book is a beautiful book by Master. But I read the poem at service, and the poem ends with a couplet, with only mists of divine between, someone beside me stood unseen and whispered to me cool and clear, hello, playmate, I am here. It's a poem by Master talking about the presence of God. So we gave service and we went away, and a week went by. And the next week, the minister for the week was Swami Kriyananda. So Swami Kriyananda came in and he led the service and he said a prayer and he did some chanting. And then we had a meditation. And at the end of the meditation, Swami Kriyananda said, "Hello, playmate, I am here." And then he just went on with the service. Didn't say a word more about it. Just the way it is. I don't know if I picked up on something that Master wanted said that week, or did he feel in the ether that those words were the words that are here? I don't know. It's now. It's eternal now. It's not a linear progression. And so we see that for Master, for Swamiji, for Rajasi, for the great ones, they're not living in this time-space continuum quite the way we are. And Swami sort of gives us little hints of this once in a while, every now and then. I know in the year 2005, we were trying to get a mandir in Sacramento because we had Ananta Sacramento had totally outgrown its facility. So we were looking for a mandir, and we were looking at all these churches, and we were thinking, we had a fundraising committee and a planning committee and all these things that we have. And we were trying to get this mandir. We need a new mandir. Where are we going to get a mandir? How much is it going to cost? Where are we going to get $1.5 million? I don't know. On and on and on. So we came across the process, and we saw this building that we had looked at, I think back in Trimurti and Lalita years ago, and thought, oh, that'd be a good mandir. But we didn't have anything going, and the process had collapsed on that building, and we needed a building of about $1.5 to $2 million. We had $750 in our building fund. So we were on the affirmation stage of fundraising. And so it was my birthday, 2005. My birthday is August 1st. And Swami Kriyananda sent me an email. It said, "Dear Ananta, happy birthday. I wanted to get you a mandir for your birthday, but Master has done that already. Joy, Swami Kriyananda." So the little committee got, Tim and Lisa and Matt and Sue, and we looked around. I don't know, what is this? I don't know. So in about the fall, we got I called these people that we wanted to buy this church from because we thought it was our mandir. And I could call them all the time and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And they said, "Oh, maybe we would want to sell that." And a couple months went by, and some money got going, and an agent happened, and a business happened, and money happened. And sure enough, by May 19th of the next year, we had a deal. And so May 19th is Swami Kriyananda's birthday. So I couldn't resist. I sent him an email. "Dear Swamiji, happy birthday. Master got you a mandir for your birthday. Joy, Ananta Maria and Ananta Sacramento." It's all happening right now. And it's a reality that we need to relax with and tune into. That we get past and we get future. We worry, we regret, we think about what happened. It's not happening right now. What's happening right now is God is with us. He's sitting right here with us. He's in our meditation. He's going to go to work with you this afternoon or go play with you this afternoon for Father's Day. God is with us. And we need to break that consciousness. And don't feel bad if you're thinking, "Oh, when will I find God?" Don't forget, in Autobiography of a Yogi, Master said that to Sri Yukteswar after Samadhi. He said, "When will I have God?" Sri Yukteswar said, "You've got him already." Sri Yukteswar said, "You don't expect him to be some antiseptic personage sitting on a throne in space, do you?" He said, "He's here. He's with you. He's the ever-new joy in your heart." And Yogananda goes, "Oh, I get it." This is what we need to do. We need to realize that the present is the presence of God. It's not in the future. We don't hold out that someday we'll be like Swami Kriyananda, we'll be like Yogananda or the great ones. Rather, we are like them, and we just need to improve our knowing. We just need to disassociate ourselves with the body and with the job we have and with the problems we have and with the bankruptcy we're going through and the divorce and the perils of life that we all have. But God is with us every moment. And if you walk that with God, you see, no, He's here. And our little surveyor stakes, they were a good temple. And then our little foundation and then our little building, and then now the expanding light. But compared to next year or 10 years from now, things will be better, things will be different, things will be more blessed. But the vibration won't be different. The presence of God won't be different. The vibration of the masters will not be different. That is constant. And so you realize God in the present tense, not in the future. There's a famous story about Rajasi and Master. One of the disciples was supposed to paint a room. I think it's at Mount Washington, and he wasn't in the mood. And he wanted help. He didn't want to paint the whole room by himself. So he was sort of, well, of course, none of you would ever complain, but if you can imagine a disciple complaining, he was complaining inwardly, going, why do I have to paint the whole thing by myself? This is ridiculous. I should have a helper. I have to get up on the roof. I need a pole. I need all these things. And Master and Rajasi came by, and they looked into the room, and he was just standing there. He hadn't started yet. And Master and Rajasi came by, and Master said to Rajasi, he said, just think, he painted the whole room all by himself. And Rajasi just looked around at the walls and said, bless his heart. And they walked away. It's all done. It's all finished. You don't have to worry. There's a little interim there of we work and all that and stay up late and miss some sleep and miss some meals and, don't get listened to or whatever it is. But the reality of it is that it's happening, and it's happening here and now. So as we go into our work each day, try to realize that this is the day of your realization. This is the day of your samadhi. This situation, however it looks, this temple didn't look as good then as it does now. Carpet, air conditioning, windows, flowers, altar. We just had surveyor stakes. Still, we had the vibration of God. You have that every single day in your work. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't worry about 5 years from now, 10 years from now. It's so strange for Maria and I to be working on this farm at the age of 58 when we worked on this farm at the age of 22, and to have people working on this farm that are 22 working on the same projects and just watching, ooh, wait a minute, what's going on here? Is it then or is it now? Am I young or am I old? Are the trees the same? The land's the same? The land's grateful. The land's blessing us. The land's blessed. Which am I? Well, neither one. You're just now. You don't have an age. You don't have a body. You're not the job that you have. You're not the economic state. You are a reflection of the divine. Remember in Master's poem Samadhi, present, past, future, no more for me, but all flowing, ever-present I everywhere. Hold that consciousness. It's all that soul everywhere. Everything you do, everything you don't do. When things go wrong, that's perfection too. It just collapsed right in front of you. It's just all that work, nothing. It's okay. Master has done that already. It's all happening. Some of it goes good, some of it goes bad. You got to have bad days or you wouldn't appreciate the good ones. You got to put it in the wrong way so you realize next time you'll put it in the right way. It's all a process. And if we relax into that and feel God's presence with us, then it becomes much more fluid. Also in our meditation, it's a great practice to go into every meditation with the realization that this is samadhi now. This is samadhi time. You drop whatever happened before work, whatever happened before meditation, drop that. Leave that all. That's why we take off our shoes. That's the contact with the world. You leave that outside. You come inside, and in that, there's you and God, and that's all. You practice Hong Sa. I am spirit. You're free. You're done. That's all there is. Each breath of Hong Sa can be the one you need to awaken. When you awaken from a dream, it happens all at once, doesn't it? Why not now? Why not today? Why not this meditation? Every time you go to meditate, just say that. This is it. I'm going to be liberated. A couple of Hong Sa's, maybe a little Om technique, little Kriya, Om, done. All finished. No more attachment, no more worry. There's nothing in the future. There's nothing coming. You don't know where Swami's at. He gives us these warnings and this and that, and he tells us about, he heard about these cataclysms and stuff. Nobody that was in the room that heard Master say that is alive anymore except for Swami. So what's the cataclysm mean to them? It doesn't matter. It's just now. If we come to that, we come to that. Great. We come to that, that'll be now. That'll be fun. This is fun. Next thing will be fun. You just roll with it. If you've got God, what do you worry about? You don't have anything to worry about. You're disciples. You give up worry. Worry's for worldly people. Don't indulge in that. I guess the last thing we need to remember is that if we can remind ourselves, and there's two practices, classical practices that do this, of course, watching the breath, but repeating the names of God, just japa. Just repeat the names of God and feel that God's with you in this moment, in this situation, in every part of a process. When you're planning the World Brotherhood Retreat or the Expanding Light or whatever you call it, or you're going to change the name 10 or 12 times, that's okay. It changes names. But the Expanding Light doesn't change. The light itself doesn't change. The buildings change. Your body changes. If you repeat the names of God and constantly think of God, that becomes the pole star. That becomes the default position. You're in the presence of God. Your guru, Paramahansa Yogananda, or if you're a disciple of another path, your guru's with you. He's in with you, going to work. In terrible moments, in wonderful moments, when tragedy strikes, when joy strikes, in your meditation, just repeating the name, Ram Om, the name of your guru, whatever it is, and chanting, inwardly chanting. The music, the vibration of the music is helpful because it overrides the moods. We get into moods. When things go bad, I'm depressed. Joy, 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 ever new joy, joy. That music, the tone, the melody, it helps to lift your consciousness so that you stay in that moment. And it becomes a very different reality. It becomes, he did the whole thing all by himself, Master's done that already. Just constant joy. God takes care of the details. On the Mandir in Sacramento, we made the deal on May 19th, Swami's birthday. And then you go through all the paperwork and the deed insurance and the bankers and the loans and all this stuff. And we took possession of the Mandir in Sacramento on September 12th. You couldn't figure that out in a million years because God takes care of all that. We walked in, that's the anniversary of Kriyananda's discipleship. We walked in, we got a Mandir, September 12th. Oh, wonderful. God takes care of it. Let God take care of it. He's very glad to do it. The fields are white to harvest. That consciousness is there. We just need to refine our knowing that you are always in possession of the kingdom of God. God bless you all.